Okay, everybody, we're going to go ahead and do some examples from section 3.1. I've picked four out that look pretty similar to many of the homework problems assigned. So the first one we'll do is number 7. You invest $6,000 in two accounts. So remember, you start with $6,000 in your account. One of them pays 6% and one of them pays 9% annual interest. At the end of the year, so 1 year, the account earned the same amount of interest. How much was invested at each rate? So we know we have two things going on. We started off with a total of $6,000, I'm sorry, equals X is equal to the amount we invest, let's say at 6%, plus Y is the amount we invest at 9%. So we know the total of X plus Y has to equal $6,000. The next thing we know is that X times the interest that we earn at 0.06 is equal to the amount of interest we earn at the second rate, which is Y times 0.09. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and solve one of these problems. We'll go ahead and solve for X. So divide both sides by 0.06. X is equal to Y. And let's figure out what this number is. I'm just going to pull up my calculator. 0.09 divided by 0.06. 0.09 divided by 0.06 equals 1.5. So 1.5 times Y. Now what we can do is we can get this guy. We can plug it into our equation for X, and now we get 6,000 is equal to 1.5 Y plus Y. And we know that 1.5 Y plus 1 Y is equal to 2.5 Y. And that's equal to 6,000. Divide both sides by 2.5. And we get Y is equal to 2,400. Now, if we want to go ahead and solve for X, all we got to do is plug 2,400 into this equation, and we can solve, and that would give us X is equal to 3,600. And again, there's no trick. Many of you guys are asking for tricks on how to do this. The only trick I can tell you is you got to practice. It takes a lot of practice and getting things wrong, and I don't expect you guys, or no one expects you to get these right in the first time, because they're different. They're different types of problems than you've done before. Let's look at the second problem. At the North Campus, 10% of students are music majors. At South, 90% are music majors. When combined, 42% of total 1,000 students are music majors. How many did each North and South campus have before the campuses were combined? So we know that the total number of music majors, X, I'm sorry, the total number of students is equal to 1,000, right? Total 1,000 students. So we know that we'll say X is equal to the number of students at North Campus. Y is equal to the number of students at South Campus. Number of students total at North plus number of students total at South is equal to 1,000. Next, we know at North Campus, our music majors %, 0.10 times X plus, so 10% of the music majors from North Campus, along with from South North, plus 90% of the students from South Campus that are music majors, equals 42% of 1,000. So what we can do here is we can solve for one of the variables and plug into the other, into the unknown variable, and we can find the values of x and y. So maybe one thing we want to do here is go ahead and solve this guy for x. So we'll say x is going to equal, and I'm just going to take y from both sides, 1,000 minus y. So when we do that, we just substitute 1,000 minus y over what we see in x. We can just go ahead and multiply this out, 420. Now we can FOIL this guy out. That goes 1, 2, 3, that's 100 minus 0.1 y plus 0.9 y is equal to 420. Go ahead and subtract 100 from both sides. On this side we're going to end up with 0.8 y is equal to 320. If we go ahead and divide both sides by 0.8, we get y, which is the number of number of students in South Campus. We're going to equal 400. 320 divided by 0.8 is equal to 400. Now to find the number of students from South Campus, we've got to plug it back to this original equation. 1,000 is equal to x plus 400, right? Subtract 400 from both sides, and we get x is equal to 600. And those are our answers, sure enough. We look in the back of the book. 400 for south, 600 for north. So running close to time here, I'm going to go ahead and stop this and do the next two examples on the next video.